Capo lads, it's Justin Preek here. First ever video on YouTube. Um, and I'm excited to get into it. So what I plan to do on this channel is I just plan to share my life, my experiences that I've gone through. I don't know, with this quarantine, I've just been thinking about my life, and I, I'm kind of, I feel like I have a unique life. Everyone has a unique life, to be honest with you, and everyone has stories to tell. And I just plan to share mine with people. The good, the funny, bad, ugly. It's everything. And I am excited for everyone to learn something new about me. Um, I think I'm going to call it the Time I series. And again, I'm open to trying new things, and I'm going to expand my wings and just kind of let loose and just try things. Some things will work, some things won't. I'm going to try this. This doesn't work, I'll do something else, but I'm excited for it, and let's get right into it. So I'm going to be talking about the time I pulled the fire alarm. This was 14 years ago in kindergarten. I attended a Catholic school in South Jersey, and this was like early in the year. It was like one of the first days. It was like late August, early September. And if you know South Jersey, you know it gets hot. It was at least 90, 95. Um, and we had uniforms. It wasn't like public school where you can wear whatever you want. You have a terrible uniform. We had these ugly yellow shirts and green turtlenecks that were like so itchy. It was like, ugh, green sweater, vests. Oh, God. I'm just remembering it. Ugh, so bad. And then gray slacks. And there were shorts as an option, but everyone wore the gray slacks. You were a dork if you wore the shorts. Looking back on it, it was so stupid. The stupidest things ever. Shorts weren't even that bad, to be honest, but no one wore those for whatever reason. So it would be summer. It would be scorching hot like that, and people would be wearing the fucking pants, uh, and it was the worst thing ever. And beginning of the year, we would always line up in the gymnasium. And keep in mind, this is my first day here ever, and this is like everyone else's first day. And I like to make big first impressions. I'm one of those people where I need to make my presence known in the very beginning, or I kind of just like get into my shell and introverted. Like I feel like I need to throw myself out there from day one, and let's just kind of set the tone and let people know that like I'm a fun guy to be around, and I kind of just let loose and have fun. Because I whenever I don't do that, I just don't open up to people, and it's just not fun for me, and it's just not who I am, and I don't like to do that. So I remember that very vividly. I was like real stupid. I forget what I did. I think I ran into like a wall or something. It's like I saw this video. I think it was like Steve-O, who this is like when Jackass was kind of getting big, and I like saw Steve-O do something. It was like I think he was in a shopping cart and just kind of just roll down these stairs or something like that. And again, I could be just completely wrong. It could be someone else, but I just remember, from what I remember, it was Steve-O. And I remember seeing that, and I'm like, this guy is the funniest guy, and I love how he's able to just like entertain a crowd. So I want to do that. So I just started just doing some stupid things. And again, it was really hot in there, and we're all like, how are we gonna leave? So one of my buddies back then, I haven't really talked to him in a while. I'm not going to say his name for his privacy. I don't know if he wants his name to be shown in there. So he was like, yo, if we pull the fire alarm, we can get out of here. And I was like, bet, it's a great idea. I just pull it, not even thinking that the fire department has to come down, the police have to come, and all that. Everyone else needs to leave too in the building, the principal, everything. It was a huge thing. So, and again, we go outside. It's not like we were thinking leave the gymnasium, trapped heat, awful. But we go outside. The sun's on us, on top of us, on the blacktop. So it was worse. we were put in a worse situation. So it didn't even work. But we're outside for like at least 30 minutes, hour or something. And I think one of the girls was like, this is stupid. Let's just go back in. And she was like, I'm gonna snitch. I'm sick of this. I'm tired. I need to go back. So she was like, Miss Adams. That was my kindergarten teacher at the time, Mrs. Adams. She's like, Mrs. Adams, you won't believe this. Justin pulled the fire alarm. There is no fire. Can we just go back in? And at that time, she was like, what? Really? Because they were like looking. They were making sure everything was safe. There was no microwave that was burning or anything. And our school was big. It took a while. It was K through 8. And so yeah, it was pretty big. And I think at that time they just discovered there wasn't really any problem, that some idiot was doing it. And I don't know if they checked the cameras. They probably didn't. But she was like, she came up to me. We were back. Kindergarten was like another building, kind of like across the street. So we were across the street at the time. She's like, I remember her coming up to me and she was like, Justin, was this true? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, why'd you do it? And I 6'9" my buddy. I was like, he told me to do it. I didn't know I was gonna get in trouble. I didn't know what it did. He just said to pull it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna pull it. And then I started crying and getting on. I was devil kid. I was so bad. I'd never get in trouble. And she could tell I was a good kid. Even though I wasn't, but I knew how to just act. So I think he got in trouble, actually. I know I didn't get in trouble. They didn't even call my parents. That's another messed up thing. I wasn't scared of getting in trouble at Catholic school. And if you know Catholic school, like, they're strict. They like, back in the day, they'd bust out a ruler and like hit people. There was a rumor that someone hit I forget who it was. It was like a grade above me, that someone got hit on the ruler with the wrist. I never got hit on the ruler, but apparently that was the thing that happened. But I don't know. It was kind of like, he was not very trustworthy, but whatever. So yeah, I wasn't scared of them. I was scared of my parents, because my parents, they were pretty strict. They're not like, they're great parents. I love them. They raised me well, but when I did something wrong, they let me know. They let me hear it. So I was not looking forward to when I had to go back home. But they didn't even find out from the teacher. They found out from one of my buddy's moms, who called her, and she was like, Justin, I just got a call from so-and-so's mom. Did this really happen? Did you really do this? And I was like, I did the exact same performance that I did, that worked against Mrs. Adams and against the principal, that didn't get me in trouble, that got him in trouble. I don't know what happened to him. I think he got like a demerit or something. But so I did the same thing with my parents, and they were not having it. They were like, you idiot. You really did that? And we had this stool. I wish I had this video, but it was like in 6th grade. This is a whole different story, but my mom sent my friend in 6th grade to sit on that chair because he punched my friend in the balls. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. But it was like this stool. It was the timeout stool. It was a big, great bear. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. But it was the most uncomfortable thing to sit in. Like, even at the time, I had like one butt cheek could fit on it. The other butt cheek was always hanging. And she was like, it was record time at that time. I definitely exceeded it later on, but it's a whole nother, again, later on, I've done way worse things than this. But she's like, you're sitting on that 2 hours. 2 hours just sitting there. Nothing. No games, nothing. Not on my phone, none. I didn't have a phone at the time. I was in kindergarten, or an iPod or whatever. Just sitting there, not even staring outside. She said, "You're not looking outside. You're not having even that satisfaction. You're looking at this wall." So I was staring at a wall for 2 hours, and it was the worst thing ever. It was so embarrassing too, because then my dad came home, and he's from work, and he's like, "Why is Justin sitting there?" She's like, "You won't believe what he did." She told him, and he was like laughing. He was like, "How did he not get in trouble for it? How the hell did that not happen?" He was like more proud than anything. He was like, "Attaboy, Justin. If you're gonna do something stupid, don't get in trouble for it. Don't get caught." So I got away with it, and my butt didn't get away with it though. My ass, oh my god, it still hurts just thinking about that damn chair, the damn timeout chair. And there are going to be other stories involving that timeout chair, you best believe. But yeah, I think this concludes the first video. Let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know if you thought this was like funny, informative, whatever. There wasn't really any message to it. Don't pull down fire alarms if you're in kindergarten. Actually, if you're gonna do it in kindergarten, because you're gonna get away with it. If you're in 7th grade and you pull a fire alarm, you're getting in trouble. You're getting in trouble with the law. You might be going to juvie. It's a federal offense. So yeah, get away with it when you can, is the message. I'm kidding. I'm gonna have a bunch of kindergartners going pulling fire alarms now, but yeah, no. That was the first video. Let me know what you guys think of it, and yeah, arrivederci.